Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and look at my previous videos as well. So this video is going to be about FAFSA. If you haven't seen my previous video, I will link it here. There I just talked about how to fund for college, and I also have a video out there about is college a scam? Now, this was highly requested video by me. I've been really trying to do this video for a while now and just, put the information out there. I've done my research, wrote some notes today, so stay on track with my notes. So let's get right into it. So if you haven't looked at my previous video, make sure you look at that one. I'll link it. So the first thing we want to talk about is what is FAFSA. So FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. So if you go on the website, I will link it right here, studentaid.gov. Now this website has very, very important information, great information for anyone wanting to attend college, and this is the website that is going to be very useful, very helpful. If you're a high school college student right now going through all 4 years of college, this is very helpful, as well as parents too. So I did write some notes. So I talked about in my last video, there's 3 types. There's kind of like a step when it comes to funding for college. There's free money, there's borrowed money, and then there is free money, earned money, and then borrowed money. So today we're going to be talking about borrowed money. We already talked about free money and earned money in my other video for how to fund college. So today we're going to be talking about borrowed money, which essentially is federal student loans. So the number one big question in today's economy, lots of discussions about forgiving student loan debt. Now, why someone has student loan debt is essentially to afford college, to afford undergrad, graduate school, master's, whatever you want to do, just essentially to afford college. No one, I don't, if you do, congrats, have $50,000 in their bank account to pay for college, a whole semester or 2 of college tuition. But there's things in place that you can do to set you up, to set your child up, or to even set your future kids up to be successful. Whether those are investment plans, saving for college, and then there also is applying for student loans. So student loan debt, as you all know, that you can apply for loans for federal student loans at the age of 17, 18 while you're in high school, last year of high school, junior, senior, particularly your senior year, I want to say, like the beginning of your senior year, you'll be applying for federal student aid. So you'll be going on this website, putting in all your information, filling out the form, and filing and applying for federal student aid. But the thing is, the catch is that when it comes to student loan debt, like you don't have to pay back for federal loans. You do not have to pay back until 6 months after you graduate college. So once you graduate college, say you graduate in May, 6 months after that is when you'll start your repayment plan. Now, the thing is, when you're paying back these loans, it also accrues interest. So on top of what you borrowed, there's interest, which makes the payments higher. So you can have $50,000 in student loan debt, pay $30,000, and have only paid $30,000 on it by year 7. because there's interest. I'm just making up numbers, putting things out there. But at the end of the day, interest makes it so hard to literally pay these student loans back. Other thing is, loans are a short-term fix for college. Like, loans are helping you through college, helping you to afford college, helping you pay for college. And in the long run, loans are debt. It's just debt that you're going to have, debt that you're going to accrue after you graduate college. And then it will essentially be on your credit report and can also hinder your credit score if you do certain things, don't pay your bill on time, things of that nature. So yes, student loan debt is a big topic in today's age in the economy. Trying to forgive 10,000K per borrower or 50K per borrower, or forgive all borrowed student loan debts. But essentially it is a big problem, and student loan debt isn't really the issue. It is why we have to take out loans. Why do we have to apply for federal student aid? Because college is so expensive. And I go into detail about that in my Is College a Scam video, funding for college video. Like, yes, college is very, very expensive. Especially when it's come to you picking a college you want to go to, choosing the right college. College is very, very expensive, and you have to do your research. You have to understand what you're getting yourself into when you say, okay, yes, I'm going to college. Because some people may not want to go to college, and then other people may want to go to college, but you really have to understand what you were getting yourself into financially wise. So that's pretty much it. So let's talk about FAFSA. Like I said again, it is the free application for federal student aid. So one thing you want to do is start planning early, whether you're a parent, if your child is very young, start looking into some investments, start looking at 529 plans. There's so many out there that you can look into, and to really start investing. Like, college is an investment. And you just have to really, this is like a financial goal that you have to set for yourself and your family to set them up to be successful. So when it comes to students, you also, when it comes to planning early for college, apply for scholarships. I have this video out here. Please, please, please apply for scholarships. And I know people say, oh my goodness, like, you could apply for all the scholarships and get none. You're absolutely 100% correct, but did you try? Scholarships are so important, and my biggest advocate is for local scholarships. Apply for those smaller scholarships, but apply for so many. If it's $1,000, that's $1,000 that you don't have to worry about. Apply for book scholarships. Apply for scholarships, and don't stop, because that is one way you do not have to accrue student loan debt. So definitely start planning early. And then when it also comes to applying for FAFSA, there are some requirements. So just on the website now, demonstrate financial need for most loans. You have to be a U.S. citizen or eligible non-citizen. You have to have a valid social security number, enrolled and accepted into a eligible degree or certification program. You have to be enrolled in at least half-time to be eligible for the direct loan program funds. So with this one, half-time, at least half-time. So sometimes, like, a full semester would be 18 to 21 credits. But I think to be like a part-time student is considered like 12 credits. So if you really want to get some aid, and you're going to be a part-time student, at least be enrolled in like 12 credits. Every school is different, so do not quote me. Also maintain satisfactory academic progress, college, everything. The qualifications are for federal student aid, which takes in consideration the grants, the work study programs, and loans. So today I'm going to be talking about loans most of the time. So after you did your planning, you're going to go to college. I'm going to apply for some loans. Now I will say to apply for the loans, because you can always decline the loans. Once you see all the money that you're accruing, all the money that you're going to get for college, you can always decline the loans. So when you're filling out the FAFSA form, you have to do this each year. So every year you're going to college, you have to apply for it every single year on time. And make sure you do it early and on time. Then once you fill out this form, they will basically use this data or the information that you have put into the system to figure out, okay, what is your expected family contribution? How much money can your family contribute to your college fund or college expenses? Also, when you're filling out this form, make sure you put in all the colleges that you'll think you'll be going to, even though you may not be going there. Put it in anyway, because many states and schools have different deadlines, and just in case you decide, oh, at the last minute, like, oh, I definitely want to go to the school, it's going to be too late. So just put all the schools you think you'll go to. That's not going to hinder or hurt you. The application is free, but essentially you're applying for loans. So make sure you put in all the colleges that you think you'll go to. And then once you fill out the forms, it'll let you know, it'll give you like your student aid report, and then let you know this is how much your family can contribute. And then depending on the school, they'll give you, okay, this is how much aid or loans that you are eligible for. And there's also terms and conditions when it comes to that. Like when you're filling out this application, it is a long application. They're going to ask for like your income, your family's income, your mom, your dad's income, if you are dependent. So if someone can claim you on their tax returns, meaning my mom and dad can claim me on my tax returns, because at this time I was 17, 18. So yes, my mom could claim me on my mom and dad can claim me on their tax returns. So I'm considered a dependent for them. And they claim me all the way up until my 4 years of college. Because when it comes to taxes, so many stipulations. Not going to get into that. But just also make sure, understand, are you a dependent? Can someone claim you? Because it can be situations like, oh no, I'm going to claim myself. And then it gets all messed up. So make sure you know for sure, like, are your parents claiming you or are they not? So then after that, so then you're just applying for the FAFSA. You're applying for the FAFSA. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the types of loans. So when it comes to the different types of loans for federal aid that they have available, if you take a look at this website, it gives you all the important information that you need. It says there's 4 types of direct loans available. So there's a direct subsidized loans. These loans are made up eligible for undergrad students who demonstrate a financial need. Then you have unsubsidized loans. These are eligible to undergrad, graduate, and professional students, but eligibility is not based off of financial needs. So when it comes to financial needs, do you need money? And then you have the direct plus loans. These are loans made to graduate or professional students and parents of dependents. So that would be me in a sense. So basically the direct plus loans are your parents taking out loans. For the direct subsidized loans and direct unsubsidized loans, these are loans that you will be taking out as the student. So they do have plus loans where parents can take out loans to help pay for your college expenses. And eligibility is not based on financial need, but it is based on your credit, well, your parents' credit check, report requirement, credit score, all of that. And then you also have direct consolidation loans. They allow you to combine all of your eligible federal student loans into a single loan. And then you also have private loans. These are loans, sometimes your bank could be considered a private loan. There's many different like private companies, whatever you want to call them, that have student loans for students, but be aware for scams and all that extra stuff, interest rates, when you have to pay that back. Make sure you watch out for that. So also when it comes to filling out the FAFSA, like I said, there are deadlines. So the thing is, for the 2022-2023 academic school year, which is now till next year, the deadline is on the website June 30th, 2023, which is crazy because like that is the school year's gone. That's the federal deadline, but states and colleges have their own deadline. So in Delaware, the state deadline is April 15th of this year that just passed. So April 15th was the deadline for you to apply for your federal aid. In Maryland, it was March 1st of this year to apply for your federal aid for the school year coming up. So like I said, and then colleges. So I think my college, their deadline was October 1st of 2021. So in order for me to apply for federal aid for the 2022-2023 school year, you had to apply by October 1st or October 15th of last year. So like I said, there's so many different deadlines. You have to stay up to date with that and make sure you look at the website and see everything you need to know. So yeah, each state, college, and there's federal deadlines. So at the end of the day, just do it early and before the deadline. And do it early as well because aid runs out. So you want to make sure you get all your money if you're going to use it. So after you apply for your federal loans, you've done all the necessary things, they told you how much you can contribute. Now it's time to accept the federal aid. So when it comes to accepting the federal aid, sometimes they have interest counseling programs, interest counseling like terms and conditions that you have to sign and agree to. There they will go over your repayments and stuff. Like they'll actually tell you like this is what you're getting yourself into. You have to pay these loans back after you graduate. So yeah, so as a high school student, yeah, so just make sure you read the stuff, or like parents, make sure you really iterate like what your child is getting into. Don't delay. And then once you accept like your federal aid, you can also decline it as well on your school portal. You can decline the loans. Once you do that, you sometimes like in your college portal, if you accepted the loan, agree to it, you know, next year you're starting college. If you're going to be a freshman this year in college, you probably will get all the information. I don't even know when it will show up in the system, but normally there's a delay when you're starting college. So if you're going to be a freshman in August, it may say it takes some time for this information to show up in the system. So yeah, there will be kind of like a delay in the information. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Also, just let me know if you want me to do a further in-depth video of anything I talked about today. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Thanks.